Welcome to Geeker. Today we're going to review how to create pivot tables in Excel. So let's get started. So pivot tables are ideal when I'm using a lot of data and I'm trying to just narrow down some information. So in this example, I have a bunch of data with some charges. Here are the vendors, here are the amounts. And from an accounting perspective, a lot of times we need to know what account to allocate these expenses to. So in this example, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of my data and I'm going to go right up here and I'm going to click Insert and then I'm going to select Pivot Table. Now this right here is just going to verify that this is the range that I want to use. And then it's going to ask me where do I want to place the pivot table. I can have it create a new worksheet or I can have it do it on this worksheet. And that's what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put it right here and then I hit OK. And now it's going to allow me to select the pivot table fields. So all I want for this example is I just want to know the vendor and the amount. And as you can see, let me just format this. This is showing me the total amount of charges per vendor. And this is just taking all this data and it's adding it up for me very easily. This is a lot easier too than just doing that sum if function that I know some of us like to use. A pivot table will get you there a lot faster. Now let's say I decide, okay, I don't really want the vendor. I'm in accounting and I want to do account. So I could just click on this and move it and you'll see it'll delete it. And then I'm going to select account and I'm just going to put it over here to rows. And now it's going to tell me, okay, here's the account and this is how much is allocated to each account. Now let's say you decide that you want to make some changes. Let's say I want to change my source data. I want to go back and maybe you missed some data. You could just click that change source data and then change the range here. Now let's say you came out of it and you weren't exactly sure how to get back into the fields. So you would just go up here where it says pivot data analyze. I would go to field list and it'll pull it back up for you. Another thing that we could do with pivot tables is we can actually make something a filter. So let's say I select vendor and I just pull it up here to filter. Now what will happen is it's going to allow me to filter by vendor, right? Let's say I just want to know what I spent on State Farm or T-Mobile. So that's how you're going to use filters. Or I can just add my vendor and I'm going to put it over here. I'll drag it up here to columns. And this right here will just make your vendor be your column. You can format this so it's a little bit easier to read. But as you can see, there's just a lot of different options that you have here. You can organize this in so many different ways. I can put maybe account here or vendor here and account up here. Really, you can organize it a bunch of different ways. Just remember that your values will always go under values. And then you can organize your account, your vendor, whatever other information that you have, any other way that you want. And that's it. That is how we use pivot tables in Excel. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful tips.